I've been keeping a secret. I'm pregnant. If you follow me over on Instagram, you probably already know this, but in this video, I'm sharing all the details. I am going to give you some backstory. We're gonna talk about some things that some people really don't talk about, especially when it comes to the trials of trying to get pregnant in this day and age. Because spoiler alert, it doesn't happen on the first try for everyone. But I don't want to give away too much in this intro. Why don't I just show you? Let's get into it. As you may know, I already have a little 4.5-year-old son named Lincoln. He's amazing. And my husband and I, when we were trying for Lincoln, it took us about 6 months. And I was on birth control before that, so it wasn't really like that unexpected that it took about that long for my body to be like, yo, I'm ready to be pregnant. This time around, we tried for about a year and we actually ended up going to the doctor just to make sure everything was working right. First, they checked my hormone levels to see if like that would give any answers. They had Bo go get tested to make sure everything was in working order with him. And then I had to do, I think it's called an HSG test. If I'm wrong, sorry, I'm not a doctor. This crazy test where they like put dye into your uterus and like it goes through your fallopian tubes. Like it was pretty nuts. And it was very uncomfortable, but worth it to make sure everything was like anatomically working. And after they figured out, okay, this is what's going on and this is probably a good course of action, they put me on a medication called Clomid. You take it every month while you're trying to get pregnant and it induces ovulation, I think. Basically, my body wasn't ovulating correctly. And I don't know like how common this is, if this is something that maybe your body is doing. Maybe it's something you can talk to your doctor about and see if that's an option for you. My body wasn't ovulating. And after 1 month of taking Clomid, we got pregnant with this little baby here. So that was really exciting. It was such a long wait. And like, to be honest, I'm still probably processing some of the emotions because we've been waiting for this for so long. I remember I took the pregnancy test by myself because there had been so many months where I had taken pregnancy tests and they were always negative. And I wanted to wait until I knew for sure to tell Bo, and I couldn't believe it when this one came back positive. The realities of first trimester. Wow. So I'm dying. Feel like I'm gonna vomit every second of the day. But that's okay, because guess what? We get to go see our baby on an ultrasound in just a few minutes. Are you excited?
Did you tell them
About what?
that we're gonna go see Mario next week? It's me, Mario.
It's me, I'm Mario. What are you most excited about?
Like to see the Mario movie next week.
This is what I deal with.
The ultrasounds at this stage are really weird. They see like a fucking tiny little dog. They're like, "There's your baby." It's like, oh, sick.
You know what I mean? You're not wrong.
I've never seen an ultrasound, but I'm like, wow, that's really cute. Like even Lincoln's ultrasound, like we've got pictures of him. I still don't know where he is on the ultrasound. Here's a photo. You don't feel the same way. You feel like you know where the baby is in those photos.
Probably not the one today.
Nobody knows where those babies are. Nobody.
All right, we'll see how this goes. The first ultrasound ended up being great. I was at the point of my pregnancy where I had to be eating literally like every 30 minutes. Otherwise, I would just be so sick. And we could, in fact, see a little gummy bear. And during this pregnancy, we've actually gotten to have more ultrasounds than people usually do, simply because during my last pregnancy, I had some complications and had to be put on bed rest. So they're monitoring for those same complications. And so we've gotten to see baby quite a bit more. And there was actually one time when I took Lincoln with me and his reaction was just the cutest.
No.
Is that her?
I see a no. I see a no.
Dang, she looks big. First trimester of this pregnancy was probably at least 3 or 4 times worse than what my pregnancy was like with Lincoln. I was so sick, I was unable to do work for like 2 full months. And finally, I feel like I have some energy back. I'm 18 weeks while I'm filming this right now. You can probably see my little bump or I just look like I'm like chubby sitting in my chair, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But the realities of that first trimester, it totally impacted life in a not so great way. And I feel like I'm finally just now coming out of the nausea at 18 weeks. And still have to take nausea medication every once in a while, by the way. But with the sickness subsiding and the tiredness subsiding, I'm finally able to start kind of processing the emotions of actually finally getting this pregnancy that we wanted for so long. And so it's a really sweet, wonderful feeling. But for someone who was trying for so long, and maybe this is something you can relate to if you're in a similar position, it's almost like you're scared to get too excited about it. Not all the time, but sometimes you feel like that a little bit. With all that being said, we are very excited to welcome our little baby into this world, and we do know the gender. Want to see the moment we found out?
Does it tell us? Did you see it already?
No.
Where is it?
We actually found out the gender, I want to say it was at like 8 weeks. There's a really cool test that you can do. It's called the Sneak Peek Early Gender Test. I probably said that wrong. I'll link it in the description below so that you can go get it yourself if you are early pregnant right now. So with this sneak peek test, you have to make sure that like no boys are in the vicinity. You have to wash your hands like 16 times. Probably not that many, but we probably did. You saw my sister sterilizing everything with like Lysol wipes, and it's all because the test is based on like DNA in your blood. So you test your blood, and if there's any boy DNA present, then you are more than likely having a boy. But if there is a boy who like accidentally touches the test or touches your arm and then it contaminates the blood sample, even a boy dog, it will contaminate the sample. So that's why we were so careful and washed our hands so much. And right before the test, you have to drink a bunch of water to make sure that, I don't know, like you're hydrated or you get good blood, I don't know. So then it walks you through this step-by-step process. You have to like brush your arm to increase the blood flow. And then you use this weird heating pad thing too. And then after that, there's almost like a little suction cup thing that sticks to your arm, and it really doesn't hurt at all. But it gets a blood sample, you shake it up, and then you mail it off, and you're good to go. Once we found out we were having a little baby girl, everything just kind of started falling into place in our brains. Like, we're gonna have a boy and a girl, what? So we're really excited about like the family dynamic with an older brother, little sister. I never had a brother and Bo never had a sister. So it's gonna be totally new for both of us. Lincoln is so excited to be a big brother. For the most part, I feel like we're just getting started on this really exciting adventure because I'm no longer ill. I'm no longer bedridden all the time. So that's my update on life right now. We're pregnant, we're having a baby girl. It's really exciting. Let me know if you want more pregnancy updates like this, or like pregnancy recommendations, or I don't know, general family content. I'm always here for you, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next video.